discuss forward bends in yoga and talk about how you can safely do them while protecting your low back. Lots of people, when they come to a yoga class, will do a forward bend, and when they go forward, the goal to them is to touch their toes, which is absolutely not the case. You'll eventually get to the point where you can touch your toes, but what you're really trying to do first, the first order of business, is stretch the hamstrings. Part of the problem with stretching the hamstrings is that these muscles are so inordinately tight in most Westerners that what will happen is the hamstrings attach at the back of the leg on the lower portion. They attach at the ischial tuberosity, or the sit bone, here. And when I roll forward, these are so tight that I will then round my low back in a way that is bad for my lumbar spine. It's not something I want to encourage, is a rounding and a prolonged hold of this. I'm trying to get these muscles to stretch and to lengthen. The way I do that is instead of having the student, when I see them straining to touch their toes and they're bending, and they have completely locked knees, what I do is I have them bend their knees, lift and lengthen their torso, and allow their torso to rest on their thighs. From there, their hands can go wherever they like, and slowly what I'm doing is I'm putting pressure on the hamstrings to lengthen, the first order of business. If I want, I can hook my arms, and what I'm allowing my spine to do is traction over my legs. Slowly over time, what happens is the sit bones, along with the tailbone, are rolling up towards the ceiling. I'm trying to minimize the rounding in my low back. And eventually, I want my entire spine to be hanging out over my feet, which means I can grab the back of my heels, I can extend and lengthen my spine down. The last portion, beyond lifting the kneecaps, is pulling my belly in. It's the same thing as being in mountain pose, where we stand and then squeeze the belly in. This motion helps protect the low back. So, when I'm over, you start with bent knees. You're lengthening the torso, the spine down and over. The chest is resting on the thighs. You can slowly begin to straighten the legs, but if the chest comes off of the thighs, just bend the knees a bit more. That puts the stretch primarily where we want it. Then slowly over time, you can begin lifting the kneecaps, squeezing the belly in, rolling the tailbone and the ischial tuberosities up, and allowing the spine to hang. Breathe through your nose. You go in more deeply as you exhale. And if you decide you'd like a little stretch to the neck, I often have students take a big in-breath. And then as they exhale, I have them look up towards their belly button. But this minimizes pressure on the low spine, on the low back, and that's what you want in a forward bend. You don't want to put excessive pressure on the lumbar spine. You want to pull the belly in. You want to slowly begin lifting the kneecaps, and the primary stretch is the backs of the thighs, not behind the knee. The back of the knee, too much pressure, it's bad. It pulls on the tendons here. This is a delicate area that you must protect. And us, as Westerners, we need to open the hamstrings and stretch these. Be safe, and I'll see you again soon on RobertGardnerWellness.com.